In today's breaking story, Donald Trump's secrets have just been exposed by one of the most unlikely sources. That's right, Trump is panicking as his own biographer has dropped a shocking Epstein bombshell. At this point, the Donald Trump and Epstein scandal has become such a massive issue, you'd have to be living under a rock to have missed it. Now, a former victim of Epstein is speaking out about Donald Trump.
The time that is most memorable to me is the time when he hit on me. Because I was in the office. It was one of the first times I started working for Donald Trump's a sleazebag. Okay.
Yes.
It was when I started working for Epstein, and it was 9 o'clock at night.
Right.
And Jeffrey Epstein's office was totally empty. I go into this office. It's 9 o'clock at night, and I sit down. And a few minutes later, and I'm wearing running clothes. Okay, so it was really weird. It's 9 o'clock at night, and I'm wearing running clothes because I didn't have money. So I had to jog up there. And in walks this man that when I reported him to the FBI, said that game show host, Donald Trump, because I thought he was a game show host.
Yeah.
Because he's so cheesy. And he's looking at me, and I'm like, oh, gross. You know, this guy's so gross. Anyway, he's just glaring at my legs. Like, yum. I told my sister, I felt like I was his dinner or his lunch, you know?
Yeah.
The way he was looking at me. So Epstein comes in. And by the way, I did not look good. I was like, I'm not exceptionally beautiful or anything like that. These are just gross people. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
So I'm just like a normal person who went on a run, and I'm seated there. So he assumed I was there for him. And this is how I know. Epstein walks up to him and goes, no, she's not here for you. And they were smirking, and Epstein whispered something. He goes, go in there. And so Trump at 9 o'clock at night goes in the other room. There's someone in there for him.
Right.
I don't know who, but Epstein said, no, she's not here for you.
It doesn't stop there. Trump is being called out everywhere.
Treasury's Epstein file details, Mr. President, 4,725 wire transfers. Let me repeat that. 4,725 wire transfers, adding up to nearly $1.1 billion flowing in and out of just one of Mr. Epstein's bank accounts. If you ask me, that is more than 4,000 potential lines of investigation right there.
But now this scandal just got even worse. That's right, in today's top story, Trump is panicking as his own biographer has dropped a shocking Epstein bombshell. Take a look at this.
Trump's in the files. There are a lot of people in the files. So when you have that kind of endorsement, and he also talks about the word list and how that is, used very loosely. ABC reports the FBI evidence, just want to run through it quickly. 40 computers, storage drives, recording devices, photographs, travel logs, employee lists, and massage tables, lest we forget that. So if this Trump-Epstein friendship is not secret, does it suggest there is something else being hidden or protected here?
Well, I think all of us should resist, actually, the temptation to assume that. I think Trump's own actions, however, are quizzical, because if he had absolutely nothing to hide, he could, in theory, get more information released than using this fig leaf of the release of grand jury testimony, which is going to have to be redacted. It's a limited window onto what happened. It may only involve testimony from Ghislaine Maxwell and Epstein himself. So it's a limited window, and it's going to take a long time for it to come out. But I think what Mick Mulvaney said is a sort of practical assessment that, Epstein had a black book with addresses and names and phone numbers of people he intersected with. And he intersected as a financier and a networker with lots of people who didn't have any intersection with sexual predation and little girls and the kind of grotesqueries Epstein was involved with. I think Trump's relationship is deeper than most people, however. They were friends in Palm Beach. Donald told me when we were in Palm Beach in 2005, he had just purchased a house. He was in a bidding war with Epstein for it. and he was bragging to me that he beat Epstein to the finish line in that house, but he still regarded Epstein as a very good friend and liked seeing him around Mar-a-Lago. They had a friendship that went beyond just business networking.
Yeah, for sure. And just your reaction to this, Molly, as well. And I should say, Jeffrey Epstein was known to have said that Donald Trump was his best friend.
Well, at the end of the day, Donald Trump, you will be exposed for being the creep we all knew you were.